G'day, today we're going to have a look at the weekly challenge. This one is set in Munich. It's 12th of September, it's a week of. Straight line roads require double the amount of road tiles, double the number of motorways. Hopefully we have some fun with this. Start with 4 roundabouts. Sure. So I do like starting with a lot of roundabouts, because it does mean that I can just sort of like have guys have a roundabout to enter their base. I realize I just built a straight road there, but fine for at least a little bit here. I can tell you I'm in a weird headspace to play mini motorways right now. I just came off a second place finish in Apex Legends. So to really get your heart rate jacked and then calm down with a game of mini motorways. All right, what do we want to do? Annoyingly, we're gonna have to wait for that. We didn't have to wait that long. I think I've done this strategy before with this, that we actually want to sort of shift this a bit more. Wait for that bridge to come back. What I'm going to do is this. Reason is that I don't want to discourage blue houses from appearing where I need blue houses. If I tighten these yellows right against the blues, then if I do get blue houses here, they'll be on the wrong side of that road. So what we're trying to do is just avoid that. And I could get... No, it's not even room for a roundabout for that guy. So yeah, it's not the longest road. If we can get 2 more houses in here, he should be able to last a while. I'm not eager to connect them to this guy. Take the bridge because we've only got the 1. Sorry, we've only got the 2 left. We only had the none left because we used 1. Okay, so I'm going to run this guy down there, and we're going to cross everything that this ends up being blue. This is a very early one, so it would either mean that that never, like, doesn't come up for a long while, or it just gives us the other color we've already got. Nice get of this yellow here. Generally don't like having more than one guy operating off a single set of houses, but it's such early game that we'll cope with it. There's not really a clear split of the houses. I suppose I could sort of shift these 4 north to come down to this guy, and then shift the other 3 south. I also realize that this is okay. This is also, I'm not meant to be building straight roads, and I'm really not putting much regard into that. Got to take the motorways. No matter what, we've got to take the motorways. Let's turn those guys backwards. Give that to them. And that to him. Slide those guys in there. It is very fun to get 2 motorways each time, because in a map like this, as long as you can get like at least 6 motorways before you're done, you have to be very liberal with your motorways. Okay, so we've got the extra 2 houses I was hoping for here as well. we don't have is a decent way to connect these guys. It doesn't have them slowing up through that intersection. Dip this road down slightly. Have this guy come around the back. Wonder if that would make him... That would make that less of a... Like, these two are just considered both just driveways on that corner there. Certainly not utilizing my roundabouts enough at this point. Let's move this guy to there in the weirdest looking motorway I've ever made. Oh. Weird choice here. Because these two are very close to here. But regardless, everyone else is quite far from everything else. So, I mean, that feels like it's a more balanced layout. I wonder how long this guy can last, just looking after that. Bit more of a compelling argument to separate these out, and do still have this gap. So now I've got 4 motorways, which means that I should be even more liberal with the way that I am using motorways than I have been. So it's gotten this guy who's much closer. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this. Let's go up diagonally there, and we'll allow these guys to just do that little hop. Stepped right on someone else's roundabout there, buddy. Guess we'll just get rid of it. Kill my dreams of a roundabout. That to those guys. No matter where that goes, it's got a broken arm. Once this does start to get like a runaway train, hopefully it does show the value in what I'm doing here of putting a roundabout on a lot of these entrances. There's no reason to get those guys to point up. We want to probably hold on to one motorway for our emergency one if there's a problem that we're not seeing. We do have a couple of these little dark blue connectors down here that we might need to bounce up to this guy if he becomes in too much trouble. These purples are really starting to just like roll down the hill. Okay, so we now need 2 different sets. So let's get rid of that for now, and we'll send these guys straight up there. That's our set of greens, and then, well, that guy actually goes, that's part of that, he's part of that crew. Then we'll take these 3 pinks for now. This guy around about. Send them in there. Oh, that went quick. All right. Now, this guy here I actually really like as a partner for this guy. He's just his auxiliary backup. That does mean that this guy that's already gone circular needs a motorway straight away. What we do have is a lot of bridges and a lot of road tiles. So let's run this down here, up this way. And then we'll just get these guys to help out on there. And then we'll appropriate this to here. Yeah, since we've got lots of bridges, we'll get those 2 guys to help out as well, because he is circular. Gotta get going though, fellas, come on. Lots of bridges, not enough motorways. It's okay, you'll just sort of take a second to get a rhythm of these guys moving back and forth. Do that as well to give them an extra house. This is a nice little setup we've got down here too that this is the kind of guy that probably would really benefit from a roundabout. It's really the first case of one of these guys that really needs it. Okay. So I think we've got to grab these 2 guys and there. Swing them down here and claim that. Possibly grab just those 2 guys to help out as well. Come on, give us some motorways. Gotta wait for that motorway to come back to us. Cool. And the question is, do we take this horde of guys, send them to this guy? So yes, because there's so many of them. Take that guy and shift him over there. Does mean that this guy over here now has to suffer until we get enough houses down there. Oh boy, light blue is coming thick and fast. Alright, here we go. Second time in a row, these guys have to go rescue a place from potential devastation. This little neighborhood of green here has sort of made this guy's life a lot easier. There are only 3 houses that are looking after this guy. We can make it 4. These guys can't slip through that gap. We can connect them to that roundabout, but that is a circular destination, so we really don't want to mess with him. But we do have 4 guys on this side of that, so I'm not sure that these 3 guys matter much. So what we're going to have to do, at least for now, until we can get another motorway, is just connect that to there. And what we'll do is just run these guys all the way around the edge to go help out down here if they're needed. Dark blue's better in a much better spot now. This yellow is looking pretty ordinary. Really doing a good job of identifying where I don't have houses and then someone right there. So we are, again, I realize it's still like threatening us with this spot right here as well. Yellow is going to be my guess of what we end up getting there. So got that one there too. Today's a Friday. Some of these that I would have to make, like, say, weekly roads, like, say, this really long road here, or, in fact, let's just get rid of that road. It's clearly not being used at the moment. Connect those guys like that. Have this guy straight down there. Those 5 houses. There we go. Now this green wall here has completely blocked these 3 yellow houses from getting through to this. Alright, where are we getting yellow houses from that? So we just need basically we just need a motorway, so I'll claim this one. Oh, I can't do anything yet until... Please give me motorways tomorrow. Alright, of course. Three bridges. I get... It's tricky, because if I get a bridge, then I can connect these guys around here. If I get a motorway, then I'll just connect both of these guys with motorways. But I kind of need to hold out till the end of today. Bridge. Okay, so let's take the bridge. There. Motorway. We will try and separate out the yellows and the greens. We'll send them north. Goody. Alright, that guy's complaining, that's okay, because put in a bad position. Okay, this blew green up here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 looking after him. We've got 5 looking after him. We've got these 4 guys here that currently aren't doing anything. Get them out, though. There is no way out. They are sort of blocked in sides. More guys down here that can look after him. Interestingly, green is not using a single motorway at the moment. Green's also loving making spot for a friend. Be their little at the moment. Okay. The only thing we can do is, again, that we have 3 squares too, so the only thing I can really do is just connect that, give this a 4th guy. Got an available bridge that would allow us to get these two guys to cross that way. And we just don't have the road tiles. I've been completely disrespectful about those diagonal roads. This guy's also not happy with his 5 houses. Seems fair. Let's turn that guy around because he's currently not being used by this one. I guess Sunday can't come soon enough here because we've got no real choice of anything to do. Got to do something for these guys. We have 1 road tile. We could connect those guys. We just need 1 more. So let's claim that road tile there. We can connect that, and then just 1 more tile somewhere. That guy. I could claim all of that for now. Get that guy connected. Maybe we can just do that. Question is whether this intersection creates more havoc. Okay. So, this guy's now gone circular, so we don't want him sharing. It's for certain. Now got a ton of guys here, so these guys can bounce. We'll go to the northern point on that. Keep an eye on how this guy's going. That's gone circular, which is going to be hard to sustain with the weird little setup he's got. More greens for him, which is good. I'm still struggling. Because that guy's still a square, I'm going to bounce these 2 guys, even if it's temporarily, over here. Just to give him some cover on the quiet side of his existence. Now, hopefully this means that like the amount of attention that yellow in general is getting is going to quiet down a little bit because it's now being split in another direction again. And I don't need that guy going there. It's this guy. It's not this one. These 2 yellows I could sort of connect to here without without needing them to cross over anywhere else. I do have this motorway too. Get rid of that to hopefully speed up the efficiency of these 4. We'll leave those 2 guys helping out for now. What we'll do is... We're not going to make it that far with... Yeah, not even close. Alright. Get everything I said. I guess we'll keep that. And then once we've got this guy sort of cleaned up... It's a nice get. Not a nice setup there though. Better. Pull that down here now. There's only 2 guys that this is going to gain, so we don't want him too out of control. By the time the last guy comes across. Come on, fellas. Got 6. I don't think I'd be able to get this guy here. We can see is not like bottom group guys currently aren't being used for him. So it would be nice to get a connection from here to there. Also complaining him. Yeah, not too much we can really do for him. He's got 5. I think all the green is just having a little tantrum at the moment. Again, this guy's only got 4. This guy here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get him at least 1 more. Alright, that's definitely not enough here. Is there any roads? Oh, let's reclaim all of that for now. And do that. It's a pretty good position, this guy, to start to build these guys to go look after this. Alright. And we don't have the road tiles to be able to make this move, and we don't have the motorways to try and fix any of this up. Basically, at the moment, we just need to have anyone... Alright, this guy's sort of still at home here. Not enough roads to get to there. Give me something. It's currently not doing anything. Anyone? It's Sunday. One more. One more. We just need one. One somewhere. That position doesn't make much sense because it now means that these guys have to come down through there, take this weird angle, and then get back up. If anything, we're gonna, like, make this go even slower. Definitely the 30 road tiles. Let's do that quickly. See if that'll help them out. You can see this is regularly getting used, so we're going to cut it and make it a straight line. The guy here is struggling. He's only got the 4 houses on him. Really messed up mix there. We're probably better off trying to get that to use this. Again, we don't have much in the way of motorways. Let's reclaim that motorway. Those guys. Get rid of that. This road here is now a nightmare. Because also I can imagine that these guys are going to try and go and help whoever. Okay, so firstly we've got this. We're going to send you to there. We're going to give you like sort of a few moments and then claim this one back. They've actually managed to do it. They've completely broken the road network, but they've done it. Okay, so what we're going to do now for this is we're going to go cut. I'm going to shift that to there. Get rid of that. Now, hopefully, as soon as we get back this purple network, that'll just kick in, so we don't have to wait for this one to get clear, because that's going to be a while. It's just this guy here that's... Yeah, pain. Cool, there he goes. So please fill that one. No, you're not going to fill that one. Please fill that one. Alright, since it hasn't filled that one yet, what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick temporary fix of dumping this guy here, so that these guys can go try and clean up this a little bit before these guys here will actually get their motorway, which they're still waiting for. There we go. They've gained their motorway, so we can just give these guys a second, we can reclaim that, so that they'll all just do their sort of one journey. Now, I was expecting in all of that I was going to have to give this guy... Also, that's an incredibly good get down here. Alright. So I reckon that weird little setup we've got going on at the top, we can shift to there. Get rid of that. Put those two guys straight through. Lovely. Then what we want to do is... I want to put this roundabout on this guy. Is our next move. It's funny that this guy, we shifted this to here because we were running it, didn't have enough houses to cover him. This guy's now gained a 6th house, meaning he has as many spots as the one that we shifted him to. Cool, so we can get rid of all of that. These two guys here, I would like to come over and help out there. First we want to... Nice spot here that's slightly out of the way. Best position. And what we'll do is we'll have these guys just collapse on that sort of spot there. Grab the motorway and send them forward. Guy up here's still not happy. So... these two are still only small square guys, so they don't matter if they're crossing each other's path. It's a weird little group of yellows. Care of this one. And I still don't think I've got much other option for it. At least give them a straight road. For that now. Eventually what I could do too is just weird slightly longer path there, but it means that these two guys can get in on this. And then we can ask them to go help out there again. Who's that? This yellow. Okay, so... do still have one more motorway. So again, we'll shift those two guys to go help out him. Cool, another green to help out. Cleaned him up nice and quick. Whoa. This guy came from nowhere. Nowhere, but he's been ruined for time. I don't think we're going to get to him. I mean, half the distance these guys travel is on the on this side once they land. Let's keep an eye on this green. Come on, come on, come on, come on. These extra 4 light blue guys have definitely helped. Who's that? This pink over here. Alright. Well, we've got options for him at least. We can tell those two guys to come in there. Also, these 4 pink guys here aren't being used, so we can tell that guy to do that. And it gives us both this light blue house and this pink one. Got our motorway back, so they survived long enough. Go these 3 guys here. Well, make them in there. Let's get a little extra assist if they need it. Looks like no one's coming from there anyway. 2 more motorways. Another green. So that does mean that green's going to be divided out a little bit again. I don't think that we need... I think that's okay. I mean, this like guy's right here, though. You can see these 3 here aren't being used. So we're going to grab this guy and this guy. We'll get them to do that. So we may as well reconnect that for now. And this guy could be the most spoiled. Greens. How's this pink doing? Is there anything we can do for him? This pink over here is covered. I think pink is now just starting to struggle because there's only 2 of them. So their workload is heavy. Some of the... that's an obvious connection for that one. Cool, some really nice gains for this guy here. Suck that I've got to connect these guys through a roundabout. I mean, I've only got 1 house that isn't using it, like, oh, 2 houses, I guess, that are using the roundabout at all. Just ditch it. Just won't connect that guy for now, he can go the other way. Use that to connect those 2 guys in. This guy over here struggling too. Is that a blue house? No, it's a light blue house. Starting to get a little yellow community down here. Get these 3 guys up there. Let's get this guy to connect to that. Dark blue. We got for a community for dark blue. It is funny that almost all the ones that are struggling are the ones that don't have roundabouts bringing assists to. Speaking of, though, I'm going to put a roundabout right there, just in case either one of those 2 guys needs it eventually. Alright, who's not in action? Dark blue, because we can... call someone in. Got 2 houses here. There's 3 houses at the back here that aren't even being used because this guy's still so efficient with his 2. 2 seems like a real undersell for how far away these guys are going to be. Let's do a temporary fix of these 3 guys. You can see the mayhem they're creating as well, though. Someone sounded really bad off. It's this guy. That's a really nice placement for a greenhouse just here. There's also this green community up here that this guy could gain. And these guys are running along the top there, so we can't really sneak in, but... Okay. Come on, give me those, sweet motorways. With that addition, this guy is set. He's not going to need anyone more than that. This guy... I'll take him off. We'll go these 3 guys for now. I'm gonna send those guys over there. Another pink guy here. Like I said, pink's always going to be struggling. This guy going circular. How many trials have I got? 25. This is causing an absolute nightmare on this road. You ever wondered why I was putting all these roundabouts on there? That right there is the exact reason why. 27. Yeah, they can make it. Cool. So the question then becomes, is this guy going to be more efficient if I remove that connection? I think yes. We're just going to cancel it. You'll have to wait for me to move it. Yeah. That's another nice little get. Well, actually, we'll go for this guy. Alright, blue's still our main struggle. It doesn't matter which blue we're talking about, they're all struggling. Yellow's not doing much better. That yellow's doing okay. Okay, we'll reconnect these three guys for him. You also gain him, and go down there. Alright, this yellow here. Is there anyone yellow that we can call to action? Blue, I think, is just now a time bomb. Unless we get motorways today. Who's our main ticker? It's this pink guy here, isn't it? And it's these guys that don't have motorways sitting with them. I've got a motorway. Okay, so a motorway for pink. Get you to look a different way. We'll just put that there. Bounce you up there. Can't go straight into a bridge. Got to sort of look away to come to him. These ones here are funny. Like, it looks like this guy's bad off, but because it's just a steady flow of cars coming in, probably not actually that bad. Alright, blue up here. Who did I just put a spot in for? It was pink. Again, pink's now really slowing up in terms of getting entry there. This dark blue, I don't think we've got much of an option of houses to get over there. We just sort of like have to ride this to the end now. Again, pink is suffering because I've added this extra connection for him. If those guys can clear out... The yellows were taking that as well, were they? Yeah, not ideal. Oh, well, not too bad though. 5-4. It is a double motorways one, so generally you can do pretty well. Let's see how we sized up. Up 1%. Number 5. Ooh. Gotta be happy with that one. There we go. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. Until next time, catch you later. See ya.